Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Touch. I'm Darwin Campbell. The Morning Touch is brought to you by the Chaplaincy for the Homeless and the FSBC in Glendale. Well, it's almost here. Christmas Day 2022. And I hope that you're all ready in mind. And I hope that all the families are gathered together in unity. Oh, how blessed it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. And I hope around your Christmas table and around your favorite area, there will be peace, there will be joy, there will be happiness, and most importantly, there will be love. The greatest of all these things is love. And I hope, trust, and pray that love will be around your table and around your tree, around your living room area. Today, for a moment, I want to give you some things to think about going into Christmas as we roll towards 2023. I have one phrase coming from Luke chapter 16, verses 24 through 26. We'll be back in a moment to share it with you. So, in Luke chapter 16, verses 24 through 26, I want to read for you a portion of the account of the rich man and Lazarus. And we're going to focus on the rich man. While he had lived a great life, and Lazarus a miserable life. Lazarus went to paradise, but here is the state of the rich man. And he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me. Send Lazarus that he may dip the tip of his finger in water and cool my tongue, for I am tormented in this flame. But Abraham said, Son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receivest good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things. But now he is comforted, and thou art tormented. Now Lazarus is comforted, but thou, rich man, art tormented. And besides all this, between us and you, there is a great gulf fixed, so that they which would pass from hence to you cannot. Neither can they pass to us that would come from thence. My friends, this Christmas Eve, at the Morning Touch, which is brought to you by the Chaplaincy for the Homeless and the FSBC in Glendale, the message is simple. Don't be Marley. Now, we're all familiar with the Christmas Carol. And we know how Marley, after being dead 7 years, came to visit Scrooge and speak with him about reality. Like the rich man, he found out the hard way that he'd reached a point of no return. And he was living eternally in pain and anguish. And that pain and anguish was at an all-time high. The rich man cried out to Abraham, I'm thirsty. Just dip your tip of your finger in water and let me have relief from this flame. His regret was unimaginable, thinking about how he lived a grand and glorious life, praised by men. But now, he was nothing. And there was nothing he could do about his fate. You know, when I think about the rich man in Luke chapter 16, verses 24 and 26, he had an unsolvable dilemma. He was in a situation that he could not change. When I think about Scrooge and Bob Marley, or Jacob Marley, Jacob Marley represents you and me today. We're living our lives out. We're walking our lives out. We're either walking our lives out with God or without God. But I want you to focus on Marley and his condition and his situation. And I want you to think about the rich man his situation and his condition. Let's look at Marley. Marley had lived a life like the rich man, and then he died. Marley represents us so much: our selfishness, our greed, our desire for money, power, material things, only to find out that we end up in a 6x6, laid out and buried in the ground, only to wake up on the other side of eternity, realizing that you're carrying the chains that you made, one link at a time, one day at a time. My friends, you may not realize it, but Marley is a visible representation of what we're doing to ourselves with sin. Our desire for money, our desire for power, our desire to do our own thing, our desire to enjoy sin for a season. We are forging the chains that Marley carried in the afterlife. And as you look after chain and heavy box after heavy box, and how he carried it, and how it brought him anguish and pain, and how he had to look upon it, how he had to feel it, how he cried out to Scrooge for relief, but there was no relief to be had. Marley, my friends, had no peace in death. Abraham, on the other hand, had peace in death. Lazarus had peace in death, living in Abraham's bosom. My friends, the rich man had no peace. He was in torment. My friends, what are we doing to ourselves? Look at your life right now. Where is your focus? What are you doing? This Christmas season is a time for you to change your direction. Don't be Marley. Let me say that one more time. Don't be Jacob Marley. Forging these chains, preparing yourself for eternity in a very bad way, where you will be under torment, you will be under toil, you will be in imaginable pain and anguish, having not accepted Jesus Christ. Don't be Marley. Marley's life was a life of regret. He told that to Scrooge. It was a life of eternal sorrow. It was a life of unrest. You saw all of the ghosts when Scrooge walked to the window and he looked out. You saw all of the people who forged chains in life, who did not prepare themselves for eternity, who were lost, wandering eternally, without hope. A life of regret, eternal sorrow, unrest, missed opportunities, hopelessness. My friends, this life is difficult enough without you forging chains that are going to lead you to deeper pain, more hopelessness, helplessness, eternal sorrow, and unrest. My friends, this is the time where the Morning Touch calls out and says, don't be Marley. Don't be the rich man. It is time for you to change your course right now. This Christmas, change your focus. Set up 2023. Have a winning season in Jesus Christ. Marley says one of his great failures in life was he should have made mankind his business. He should have changed his focus. He should have been involved in helping the poor. He should have been involved more in charitable causes. He should have been involved giving more than taking. Scrooge had to learn that very hard lesson. But Scrooge ended up, as a result of Marley, changing his course, changing his focus, becoming a totally new man. Scrooge found salvation. My friends, the call today is for you to listen to Jacob Marley. Don't be Jacob Marley. Change your heart and your life like Scrooge did before it's everlasting too late. Be involved with bearing one another's burdens, Galatians 6:2. Be involved with practicing doing good to all men, Galatians 6:10. Be involved in having a servant's heart, Matthew 23:11. We want the best for you. this Christmas. But the best for you begins when you don't act like Jacob Marley. The best for you this Christmas begins when you don't live like Jacob Marley. The best to you this Christmas is when you don't be Jacob Marley, forging chain after chain, link after link, chest after chest, full of the sins that are unforgiven, full of the things that you've done in this life. My friends, you and I need Jesus. He's the only one that can break the chain. He's the only one that can unlock the chest. He's the only one that can forgive us and have us walk away like Scrooge, joyous and happy and full of love for the world, my friends. Bear one another's burdens. Practice doing good. Develop a habit of service, a servant's heart. Don't be Marley. The call for you today, this Christmas Eve, change your life, change your purpose, change your focus, change your ways, set up a relationship with God. That's the call of the Morning Touch today. Before you suffer Marley's fate. The rich man in Luke, he could not change his fate. He was doomed for all eternity. Marley in the Christmas Carol could not change his fate. He was doomed for all eternity. My friends, I want you to be Ebenezer Scrooge. I want you to change your ways, change your focus, change your purpose. Set up a relationship with God before you suffer Marley's fate. Jesus said in John 8:21, if you die in your sins, where I am, you cannot come. Don't suffer Jacob Marley's fate. Change your life, change your heart, change your focus. Now is the accepted time. Today is the day of salvation. The Morning Touch is brought to you by the Chapters for the Homeless and the FSBC in Glendale. Go forth, have a great Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. But it all truly starts when you, like Scrooge, understand the true meaning of Christmas. That baby boy, what he did, gave us hope, gives us hope, and can change your fortunes for all eternity. God bless you. God keep you. See you next time on The Morning Touch. Don't be Jacob Marley. God bless you. See ya.